So I think the topic of conversation today I really want to focus on is mental health issues. Only because I'm having a breakdown at the moment because I did all the recording and it didn't record and I'm like well angry, and I covered really good content as well. So I have issues and it's not a laughing matter actually, because there's a lot of people who don't really take mental health and well-being, emotional well-being very seriously, and if you ask them what it means, they don't really have any idea. If you talk to somebody in my community anyway, they say pagal hai, she's crazy, drama career, whatever. She's up to like drama and she's dramatizing things, nothing really where she's exaggerating. They don't really realize that actually pagal is not like one of those people that you need to sanction or put in a mental home institution and give them electric shocks that they used to do in back in the days. It's someone who's actually quite depressed or has anxiety and doesn't know how to deal with their frustration of whatever they're going through. So I work with children. I used to work with children before I left my job to start this current one, as a special education needs coordinator. And in that job, I did actually come across quite a lot of significant amount of children, even in reception year one, who had quite a lot of anxiety. And if you should speak to those parents, they had no clue of those anxiety levels or what actually has caused them to have anxiety. And similarly, when I was a principal of an Islamic school for secondary school, and we had the children who were going through a lot of self-harming at that point was actually quite rife, and it was a time where out of frustration and you just don't want to kill yourself, but you just want someone to cry for help. You want someone to actually subconsciously or whatever to help you in a situation. That negative attention, that at least they're getting that attention. And when I spoke to those people, and again it was an Islamic school and it was predominantly Bengali school, and I think generalizing a lot of things, I thought, that can't exist in this community. But it was, why? Because we don't address our children's issues at all. We don't know what they're going through. And some children just don't want to open up to their parents because they have this misconception about, if I say something, this is going to happen, it's going to be a negative thing. And then parents say, why didn't you tell me? Well, you don't tell me because you don't listen, or you think I'm stupid, or you think you've got me boggle. And then you sort of like treat me as that sort of a person. So it's a two-way channel, it's a two-way discussion, and sometimes I actually need a third person who's the mediator who can help you through those channels. A lot of the parents I spoke to, who I had to for my safeguarding position, they were astonished. They had no idea whatsoever. And one of the things that I do tell parents is just be open. Don't worry. No school or no individual will get child protection services involved. They get help involved. Help could be different people from different multi agencies could help you. You might even have CAMH who might do the children and adult mental health services, who can do some psychotherapy, which is sitting down with you collectively, individually, going through like just discussions. It's not about like electric shocks and medication or anything like that. You got the education psychologists who will get involved, who will just observe you, your interaction, your social skills, get so many clues from just your social skills. Are you like just a visual learner, you rely on visual clues? Your interaction with adults, and they talk to the parents, have a little meeting with them to say what is the background, what was that in birth or during pregnancy. And from the variety of different people that I have worked with, I'm part of an inclusion manager or a Seneco, and obviously a member of SLT, was working in closeness, proximity with different stakeholders and parents. And I used to run send drop-in sessions for parents, and I found working with an EP brilliant. They come with a wealth of knowledge, and they're not there to criticize or judge you or anything like that. Our sole intention is that child is at the core of everything that we do, and we try to ensure that we have so many different things in place for that child so that it can not just mask the issue but solve the issue. And we can only solve the issue when we have all parties involved: teachers, school, parents, guardians, the outer circle, as well as the child. And it takes so many years, and it takes absolute dedication and passion. I would actually go on to say that in the day I'm second born generation, and in UK. So for me in those days, there was no such thing as SEND. There wasn't such thing as EAL support. There wasn't anything to do with any form of mental health or anything like that, or social services or anything like that. And I think sometimes if I had been able to tap into those services, maybe I wouldn't have suffered as much as I did. I was a selective mute who went undiscovered. I was truant for 2 years. Nobody knew where I was. My parents didn't know. Nobody called them that your child is missing. I was truant. I was in the school for 2 years. I was bullied so much. Because I was I was a mute. There's nothing put in place for me, and I grew up being socially timid. My social interaction is just non-existent at that point anyway.